Good morning and welcome to another Star Sports video blog, this time previewing the William Hill Lincoln, ran at Doncaster this Saturday, although in all likelihood probably won't be run at Doncaster this Saturday and probably ran the middle of next week, looking at the forecast. Our own horse, Gore Wood, was supposed to be running in this race, but unfortunately has been balloted out and we're running the Spring Mile instead. That's if the meeting goes ahead. Meanwhile, me and Trevor here will be looking at the other 24 runners that will line up on Doncaster's Town Moor this Saturday afternoon, or probably next week, as I say. The favourite for the race is Captain Bertie, trained by Charlie Hills. He's the 6-1 favourite here at Star Sports. Seems to always run in these big handicaps, Trev, and probably, I don't know if he's a worthy favourite in my eyes.
I think out of the horses that are single figures, he's the one I'd like to be with. I think he's hardened in these races now. I think he knows what's required. He'll be off the pace, finishing best of all. He'll need luck in running, won't mind the ground soft. I think he's easily the most solid at the top of the market.
Yeah, he won a big field handicap at Newbury last year, which is normally horses that win this race or run in this race go on to, is it the Spring Trophy or something like that at Newbury. It's run on the same day as the Greenham. Yeah, he's solid, but I don't think there's much juice at 6-1.
No,
and we'll have a look at some of the other runners. Second favourite here is Larhag of John Gosden's. Only ran 4 times last year, but won 2 of its 4 races. Progressive horse. I'd probably rather be on him than Captain Bertie, but what do you think?
Well, the unexposed ones who potential of being sort of group class are always overbet. I think it is underpriced. It was 8-1 when it won at Nottingham. It's Handicap. I'm not convinced. I think it's a top draw. Undoubtedly, it'll be rated high come the end of the season, but this test will be something he hasn't encountered before, and I'd much prefer Captain Bertie.
Another one that's an unexposed potential improver, which is definitely underpriced, is Gladys Gal, which has just snuck in the race, which I think is going to be bottom weight. We've only just got the decks through and we haven't had the draw through yet. But 8-1 chance here. Won at Doncaster before, won 2 of its 3 races, but not ran since July 2011. So,
it's just big absence. They seem to want to be on his horse at the moment. Not for me.
A few others to mention. A couple of people I know have been talking up Global Village. Brian Allison's horse runs well in these big handicaps. Always seems to be in the frame at Ascot in the big field races. There will go on the ground. Arguably a bit high in the weights, but I think it's got the right profile. And horses that run at Ascot seem to handle this Doncaster service as well. These newly laid turf tracks.
I think there's definitely a correlation of form. Doncaster and Ascot is the relay tracks. All weather form works out well at both tracks. I think he's a bit short personally, whether he's up to this level. And he's gone from 70 to 90 very quickly, and I think they've got him now.
Yeah, no, I think when he was about 16s, 20s, he was a bet, but now with the Haggis horse 9 Realms has come out this morning, he's probably going to be about a 10s chance, I think. I don't know if he'll be so interested.
Fallon, isn't it?
A couple of others to mention is Chapter 7 of Stuart Williams. Will go on the ground, be about an 8-1 chance, but again, off a mark of 98, not really sure whether that's
I agree. I mean,
going to be competitive off that mark.
To win off 98, you've probably got to be 105 plus horse in a race like this, because something will have £10 in hand. Not been with Stuart Williams long, decent with Richard Fahey. I think the price is a bit short personally.
A few others worth mentioning are Eshtebak of John Gosden's. Only had 3 runs last year. Probably go on the ground, but again, another one that's likely to be overbet. Sexy unexposed horse. Probably, I wouldn't be interested in it. I think it's about 10s at the moment. Wouldn't be for me.
No, I agree.
Other ones to mention: Strictly Silver won the trial at Wolverhampton the other week for Alan Bailey. About 10-1 here at Star Sports with promising claim of Robert Tartan. He'll be interesting. The top of the market's got some good horses on, but they're all handicapped to the hill. Top of the card, even you Dance and Dance. He's contested group races before. Belgian Bill's been running well. The one I fancy in the race is Shamal Nibros of Richard Hannon's. Will definitely go on the ground. I think it's been laid out for this race. It's won a real slog at Salisbury last year. Richard Hughes is up. He was 20-1 early in the week. I think you can still get some 14. It's only 10 here. He'd be my tip in the race, but it's a tough looking handicap. And But I mean, if I was forced to have a bet, Shamal Nibras, even though he's now short, and he'd be my bet. Trev, what about you?
Well, Shaman Abras improved, didn't it? It looked like they found his level and suddenly it went again. He's unexposed in this sort of test, isn't he? Big field, fast pace. Richard Hughes, the man for the job. He's interesting from a very strong yard. I've backed Memory Cloth for Brian Ellison's. I want it to be borderline unraceable. I think that horse handles heavy ground really well. And I've backed one of Cat Declan Carroll's, Swiftly Done. Another one I think wants very soft ground. Both 25 to 1. They're both exposed, know where you are with, but in those conditions, I think you're going to need experience, and a good old tough handicapper might be the answer.
Swiftly Done's won at course and distance as well. Well, I think we've pretty much covered most of the bases in the race. As I say, there's a good chance this race will be snowed off, and I don't even know if they'll rearrange it. I think they probably would rearrange the link, and I don't know when they'll put it on. They maybe run it middle of next week or something. But you know, we've covered the main horses in the race. Captain Bertie's a solid favourite. I'm with Cheval Nibras. Trev's with Memory Cloth and Swiftly Done. It's a tough, trappy race, but we'll be betting on it all the way up until the off of the race, between now and the off of the race on Saturday or Wednesday, whenever it's off. Give us a call, 08000 521 321. We're also betting all the other meetings this weekend. And do check out the website www.starsportsbet.co.uk for all the blogs and videos like this one.